Namaskar. Welcome to Teaching Mantra. Questions are essential to good teaching. The key to generate critical thinking among the students lies in the ability of the teachers to frame good questions. But sometimes teachers ask ineffective questions. Ineffective questions are of many types. So today our lesson is some defects of questions that should be avoided by a teacher while asking questions to the students. Now here are some questions that should be avoided. These are whiplash questions, corroborative questions, overlaid or multiple questions, choral or chorus response questions, leading questions, guessing questions, tugging questions, rephrased questions, teacher oriented or teacher centered questions, rhetorical questions, echo questions, yes or no types questions, vague or ambiguous questions, irrelevant questions. Now first of all we will know about whiplash questions. Whiplash questions are the questions in which the students are not able to perceive the questions as the question does not start with the interrogative word. It sounds as if the teacher is making a declarative statement. Only the last question makes the student understand that the teacher is asking them the question. Let's take the examples. The number of vibrations of a vibrating body in 1 second is called its what? Another question. Anything that occupies space and has weight is called what? Taj Mahal was built by whom? The other name of Chanakya is what? Jesus Christ was born where? So to avoid such type of questions, just add the interrogative word in the beginning of the question. So the students comes to know that the teacher is asking the questions to them. Next type of question is corroborative question. These are the questions which are used to confirm the statement. And usually the words like isn't it, is that right, is that fine, is that okay is used. Let's take some examples. Number 1. The increase in the Earth's temperature is called global warming, isn't it? Exposure to ultraviolet rays can cause sunburn and cataract, isn't it? The preamble is the introduction to the constitution, isn't it? Mahmud Ghazni invaded India to plunder its wealth, hadn't he? Chlorophyll is necessary for photosynthesis. Is that okay? Next is the overlaid or multiple questions. When many questions are asked at a time in a single question, that are known as overlaid or multiple questions. Let's take some examples. What is the number above the fraction bar called? And what is the number below the fraction bar called? How do we reduce fractions? Another example. What is the cube and what is cuboid? State the difference between the both. Another question. State the 4 basic type of animal tissues. What is the difference between epithelial and muscular tissues and difference between the nervous and connective tissues? Another type of question is choral or chorus response questions. When the teacher throws questions to the whole class and invites collective answers. The answers are uttered together and it creates confusion in the class. And the students, those who do not know the answers correctly, they get confused. Now look at the examples. First, what type of quadrilateral is ABCD? Class, tell me the answer. Next, if we multiply 63 by 50, yes. Third, yes students. How many types of plant tissues are there? Next, what is Newton's first law of motion? Students, yes. Tell me the answer. Who was the first person to tell that earth is round? Here the students are not made feel personally responsible to answer the questions and they are encouraged to hide behind the anonymity provided by the choral responses. Next is the leading questions. A leading question is designed to lead the person being asked to a specific answer. Sometimes it is asked for verification instead of asking open-ended questions. And the answer is Usually yes or no. Let's see some examples. While writing the formula on the board, SI equals to PRT upon 100. The teacher asked, is this formula right? Next question. If a right angled triangle is drawn with AB equals to 3 cm, BC equals to 2 cm, can you use Pythagoras theorem? Third question. If the speed of the vehicle is too high, would there be any chances of accident? Now here the question subtly prompts the students to answer in a particular way. We can say that the teacher gets the desired answer what she wants from the students. So such questions should be avoided in the class. Next is the guessing questions. In these type of questions, speculation is encouraged rather than thought. Let's take the examples. First, how long do you think man has been on earth? Next, is force equal to mass into acceleration or mass into height? Next, is 25% equal to 1/2 or 1/4? Was Red Fort built by Akbar or Shah Jahan? Is plant tissue of 2 types or 3 types? Now, in such type of questions, the students are not able to give the exact answer, but they will only guess the answer. And the teacher do not get the appropriate answer. These questions also do not emphasize on the thought or thinking level of the students. Next comes the tugging questions. These questions emphasize on rote memory of the students. Here, usually students guess the answers on recall of words by virtue of their sounds. For example, the area of rectangle is found by multiplying the length by the, come on students, it starts with B. The capital of Karnataka is, yes students, it ends with RU. Where is the gateway of India situated? Yes students, it's the other name of Bombay. Such questions should be avoided by the teacher to ask from the students, because students answer not on the basis of the subject matter or their learning, but on the basis of recall of words, or we can say that it emphasizes rote memory. So the question should be asked in a very simple way. Next is the rephrased questions. Here the question is repeated again and again in different versions at a time. For example, what do we call a half circle? I mean, when you draw the diameter, it divides the circle into 2 parts. When a circle is divided into 2 halves, then what do we call each half? Next question. When is the Republic Day celebrated? When the Indian Constitution came into existence. Next, when is Children's Day celebrated? Chacha Nehru's birthday celebrated as Children's Day. So, on which day it is celebrated? Now, listening to such questions makes the students confused. Here the students are dealing with one version of the question, and by the time they are presented with second and the third version of the questions. Such questions should also be avoided, and one simple and straightforward and clear question should be asked in the class. Another type of questions is teacher-centered questions or teacher-oriented questions. These questions contribute to a feeling that the class is surrounded around the teacher only. Here the students find it important to satisfy the teacher's requirement. Whatever teacher is asking, the students think that they should quickly answer the teacher. The example is, who can tell me the definition of force? Next, who will tell me the functions of a bank? Next, who can tell me the causes of pollution? Who will tell me the name of the first Prime Minister of India? Who is going to tell me that who was the head of the drafting committee of the Constitution? Now, in such type of questions, it does not contribute to the group feeling of working together and learn. So, such questions should be avoided. The questions should be asked in a simple way, like what are the functions of bank, or what is the definition of force? Now another type of question is rhetorical questions. A rhetorical question is the question that is asked without expecting the answer. The question might not have the answer, or it might have an obvious answer. The examples are, do you want me to give you the punishment? For such questions, the obvious answer is no. Do you want to be a failure for the rest of your life? Will global warming reduce? Will COVID-19 pandemic go on for years? Will the corruption ever stop? The obvious answer of some questions is yes or no. Otherwise, some questions do not have any perfect answer. So, such questions should be avoided. Now, next is the echo-type questions. In these questions, the answer is echoed in the question only. The answer is reflected from the question itself. For example, on 15th August, India got independence. When did India get free from the British rule? Next, the capital of Uttarakhand is Dehradun. What is the name of the state whose capital is Dehradun? Next, a ligament connects one bone to another. What connects one bone to another? Now these questions call for the most rudimentary form from the response, that is parroting. These questions do not stimulate thought and the students answer the questions correctly without really understanding the concept. So such questions should also be avoided. Next type of question is yes or no type questions. These are the questions in which the answer is either yes or no. For example, does the square root of 25 is 5? Is Bangalore the capital of Karnataka? Was Taj Mahal built by Shah Jahan? Is four-sided figure called quadrilateral? Did India get independence on 15th August? So these questions are also not thought-provoking at all. The student will answer either yes or no, and that is incorrect. There is no chance for the students to give any other answer beyond yes or no. Another type of question is vague or ambiguous questions. Now, vague questions are the questions which do not give any idea to the students what the question is called for. For example, tell us about transport. Tell us about concave lenses. Tell us about electricity. Tell us about pollution. How about rectangles? Now here we can see that the question is at all not clear to the students. The students does not get any idea as to what aspect of question has been asked and what response they should give to the teacher. And thus it is obvious that teacher would get irrelevant answers. So such questions should be avoided. Another type of question is irrelevant questions. When a teacher teaches something and asks the question other than that are known as irrelevant questions. For example, the teacher has taught about the meaning of bank and she asks about the functions of the bank. The teacher has taught about the rocks but she asks about the magnetism. The teacher has taught about the life of Chandragupta Maurya but she asks about the British rule in India. So these were some defects of questions that should be avoided to ask in the class, because generally the teacher gets vague answer, irrelevant answer. A teacher should ask simple and easy question. The language should be clear and easy, and he should frame such questions so as to promote the critical thinking, analytical thinking of the students.